Okay, so we got a new fuel tank in the car. Got this tank from Summit Racing. It's just a factory replacement tank. It didn't come undercoated like this. It came natural steel. And what I've done is I've undercoated it with some 3M undercoating. Undercoated the straps as well. I know a lot of people like to paint these tanks like a silver color, but I think that's what they were naturally. But I think the undercoating is going to offer a lot more protection than a paint, so that's what I did. Plus it hides it. I like it kind of hidden more, you know, so you don't see it. I'd rather that rear diff and the sway bar you know, be more noticeable than the fuel tank. Also got new hardware for the tank, new mounting kit. Comes with bolts up there, new bolts and stuff that go up there. And also the mounting point in the rear. It'd be hard to show you here, but it mounts up there. There's a bolt and it loops on there. So it's pretty much bolted. It's bolted up there really good with those straps. You can see I've got a little bit of my sound mat up there to keep it from squeaking. That's my, I guess, my anti-squeak kit. I did use a piece of the anti-squeak kit from the original tank. I was able to save that, but I wasn't able to save the other parts, so I made my own with some sound mat. You can see there's a ground wire there, and also installed a brand new sending unit, fuel sending unit in the tank. Got that from Advance or CarQuest, whatever you want to say. So you can see the fuel line right there. It comes out there and then it goes up along the frame up to the front. So we got a new tank, new sending unit. So we should be in good shape. Might have to touch up this tank. Installing this thing is pretty fun. Dad helped me. Getting these bolts to line up on the straps is the difficult part, but we were able to do it. One other thing about the tank here is the neck. That neck was not lined up at all. It was way too high. Dad and me we bent it down and we straightened it out so it's in the right position. We had to stick a pipe in there and bend it. Really the only way, you know, we could fix that was doing it that way. Hopefully it didn't break the tank, but when they ship these, they ship them with the neck exposed. I don't know why they do that, but I don't think any of them are gonna make it to their destination without bending the neck. So I have a feeling that the neck got bent in shipping. So we bent it back. Hopefully it'll be okay. So we'll find that out when we fill it with gas. It'll either leak or won't leak. So they welded the neck pretty good. It looked like a pretty good weld. So I think we'll be okay. Okay, so we got the front end mocked up on the car. It's pretty close to being lined up everywhere. I didn't do a perfect job with just kind of making sure that everything can be lined up pretty good, and it's all looking good now. I had to keep modifying this aftermarket fender. I had to put a little lip. I had to put a little lip in it right here because there's another piece sandwiched right here, and without that lip there was a big gap. Well, not a big gap, but there was a gap there, and it just didn't look right, so I had to weld a lip on there. Now the other side, this factory fender, is stamped with an indentation, and it is you know, it's got an indentation on there, so it allows for that piece to be in there. So I just wanted both sides to match, so I spent a bunch of time doing that. So bumper brackets are in place, and then it actually bolts down onto the grill there. We've got the grill, it's on the storage rack right now. We got lights and everything. They ain't going in there right now. This is just mock-up. But it's looking good. Looking like a car now anyway. Still body work to go. The doors got to be body worked, and I still see a few things every once in a while. On the fenders, I got to... this is pretty good, where I did that, but I still got to do a little bit of work to this thing. I got a little bit of indentation there that I got to work on, but I got it back in epoxy, where I went down to bare metal and then put the sand, the fill-in primer, sandable primer on there. So we've got to get the hood out next. We're going to test fit that. Got some brand new hinges here. We couldn't find the originals. I don't know. We're baffled on what happened to those. So we got some aftermarket ones we got to stick on here. And everything should line up, I think, okay, except for this aftermarket fender is always an unknown, and the hinges bolt right there and there, there and there. The original ones we know are going to be okay. This one, iffy. So we got to get it on there to find out what kind of lineup. I think we're going to be okay now. But with aftermarket junk, you never know. Okay, so I'm working on the hood here, and first step for that is to get these hinges on. These are aftermarket brand new hinges and springs. It was a bit of a struggle at first to get those springs installed. We used a trick using some washers, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, for the hood springs, first we tried to make a tool here with a hook so we could pull on the spring there and hook it on. That's not going to work. It's the fit. I don't know if it's these aftermarket hinges or not, but there's no way to pull that spring and bring it down over the loop. So that was a fail on that. Ready? Yeah. That's it. But once we learned the washer trick, they, the spring snapped right on. No problem. I think these are Goodmark aftermarket hood hinges. We have the original somewhere. We can't find them. We looked everywhere, all over the shop, and there's nowhere to be found. So we gotta do what we gotta do. The hood's gotta go on now. So I'm actually, we got it out. I'm washing it outside, getting it scrubbed down all the dust that's accumulated over 17 years of sitting here. So once Dad gets back, we'll test fit the hood on here. Make sure everything lining up good, and possibly might be painting the hood first just to do a test on the color and everything. Well, we got the hood on, but we're having quite a few issues with fitment, and pretty sure it is all because of this aftermarket fender. So in order to get everything fitted, I'm gonna have to work on this thing. That'll probably be the next video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.